I'm with the band. I'm with the band. Get worse.
Can I just say how happy we are to have you here, man?
Yes, you can.
And for those of us that grew up with films like, I don't know, Encino Man, George of the Jungle, The Mummy, Blast from the Past, many others, it just, well, we don't have enough time to go through this whole filmography, but it feels so good to have lived through the time and also to now be alive in what I will call the Renaissance. I mean, truly, like, you're such a hero, man. You're such a hero to all of us, and there's never been a leading man quite like yourself. So thank you for being here with us. It really means a lot to us, and thank you.
Well, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. It takes everyone, like your good selves, to bring me to this place, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for all the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Of yourself.
In my underpants and wearing a Stetson. I'm keeping this.
It would have been weird if she ran up with a picture of me. Then I would have had questions. That would have been weird. But you have like some really exciting projects coming up, and you know, for the real ones we know, you never went anywhere. You were always there. You're always there in our hearts. But we're so excited for Killers of the Flower Moon with Mr. Scorsese, Mr. DiCaprio, Mr. De Niro, and you shot that right down the road in Oklahoma. Yeah.
That was in Bartlesville, Oklahoma last summer. Boy, was it hot. Yes, look for that later on in the year. But I'm here now. And what have I got in the pipes? I'm shooting season 4 of Doom Patrol.
And you told me something pretty exciting backstage. A lot of us know once you get to season 4 of a series, you can get a little crazy. What episode are you about to film?
I think we're in, well, there's like 2 or 3 in rotation, so like a 3-ring circus. It's a big operation in Atlanta, very exciting. Season 4, episode 9 will be entirely done as a musical. So wish me luck. Because I'm playing to the nosebleeders on that episode, let me tell you.
So we get
that's you good folks way back there!
So we get to see Brendan Fraser do a little Fred Astaire, maybe? A little...
There's a lot of dancing and singing, because it's, you know, a musical.
Yeah.
Everything. But it's there's no other way. Oh gosh, I really talked myself into a corner here. There's no other way to do this episode unless I just set the song and dance. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely. And speaking of DC, you're going to be in another DC property with Batgirl.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yes. That's also in post right now. That's shot in Glasgow, Scotland, last winter. Boy, it's going to be a cool movie. It's in the reality of Batman that is just dirt under the fingernails. Everything is kind of handmade, crafted by the world of itself. Glasgow is a place that is typecast to be Gotham City, and I play Firefly, who is quite annoyed with the system, and he wants to burn the town to the ground. So, anyway, they gave me a really cool outfit. It's inspired by a 19th century firefighter kit. Check it out on the internet if you want to get an idea what it looks like. But I had fun. That's in the pipes, so watch for that later. And I think that's about all I've been up to. Oh, The Whale, right, thank you. The Whale, later on this year. I should know this, shouldn't I? I worked with Darren Aronofsky on a very small film. It shot during the lockdown. We were in Newburgh, New York. But I've seen it. Few people have seen it, and I can tell you that it's a departure for me. And by story's end, you may want to gather yourself. It's an Aronofsky film, so I know I've been in a lot of more easily digestible, mass consumable stuff, but I hope you'll check this one out too. So watch for it. It's coming out.
You've had quite a year, Scorsese and Aronofsky and all the DC stuff. You've been in a lot of films that have become franchises, of course, and fan favorites. Of course, The Mummy. But what is it like to kind of be now in the DC universe, and not one but two kind of fan-loved properties? You're certainly amongst your target audience here at Fan Expo with that.
Honestly, it feels like coming home.
Yeah. That's great. Well, we're glad to have you home. Let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Encino Man wasn't your first film technically, but it was your first starring role, which is kind of funny because it gives you a lot to do as an actor. It's I just rewatched it, and of course Sean Astin is here, your great co-star.
My boy.
What was your experience like on Encino Man? Take us all the way back to start your career.
It was. You said it gave me a lot to do. I was making it up every single day. Nothing was on the page. Maybe it said, Link takes a hit off of the Slurpee machine. I mean, it stands to reason that you'd get the worst freezer headache of your life. I think because I was straight out of conservatory training at that point in my life, and I had nothing but exuberance and energy for physical comedy, that I figured I'll just swing for the fences now and then go back to flipping burgers later. And nothing from nothing's nothing, but I had fun. What can I say? And, sometimes it finds an audience, so thanks for that.
It's such a fun movie. And then you didn't quite play a caveman, but you played similarly in George of the Jungle, which...
Can I tell you, I just got my 23andMe profile back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like 42% Neanderthal.
So it makes sense that you played George of the Jungle and Encino Man.
Yeah. Speaking of coming home.
Yeah. And that was kind of a physical role in a different way for you. What was that role like?
That was about smacking into trees and dealing with animals and monkeys. Beware of monkeys. Oh, they're cheeky little devils, let me tell you. Yeah, if they don't get their take, they disappear up into the rafter and do things I can't say out loud in this yard. True.
And then, literally, 99 was a heck of a year for you. In the same year, we had The Mummy, which is... You're such a unique kind of leading man in that movie. It's such a unique film. It's such a throwback, but it's so of the 99 era. That film is just so special for what it is.
We didn't know what kind of movie we were making, to tell you the truth. Okay, it's an epic. It's an action, straight ahead action picture with stunts and everything. But you love to go and see popcorn movies.
Yeah,
it's a roller coaster.
But is
it? Yes, it's a comedy. Is this Laurel and Hardy meet the Mummy? Sometimes, Is it a horror movie? I don't know. I got a little spooked a few times there. The scare beetles were really creepy. But it was a romance. It was broad and epic. It was set in the Moroccan desert where Lawrence of Arabia was shot. So there's a lot there, which could have turned out to be like a smorgasbord, or one of those buffet lines where you put a little bit too much of everything, makes your tummy go off, so, well, one way or another, I guess people liked it. So,
It really works as kind of a modern B-movie, and I think what's interesting is to see now, 20 plus years later, it's a movie that a lot of us grew up with, and it's had this impact on pop culture in a really interesting way. It's become a little bit of a meme movie. I'm sure some of you guys have seen some of the memes. Some of them we can't talk about because there's kids in the room. But what's that been like for you to kind of experience it in this new way?
What's it like?
Probably at the
I
show
guess
a lot,
it feels like it never really went away.
Yeah.
Then. I mean, well, I guess it's about the movie too. Mummies are hard to get rid of. Take it from me.
And I'd broadly like to ask about your approach to comedy, because comedy's always been a part of your career, but you approach it in an interesting way. I read that you don't approach comedy from a comedic sense. You're not playing it as comedy, you're playing it as serious.
I'm the least funny person I know, so you have to, I think, if you just approach everything as if it's a straight ahead drama, high stakes, do or die. And then if people find that amusing, hey, that's on them, man.
I love it. I'm going to take it out to you guys. So if you'd like to ask a question, go ahead and line up over here. I'm going to ask one more. There's one movie I didn't mention when I was naming off your filmography, because I wanted to save it because it really deserves its own mention, and that movie is called Airheads. Which I absolutely am obsessed with Airheads. But you're in there with Steve Buscemi on one side. It's one of his few comedic roles. On the other side, you have Adam Sandler, you have Farley, you have all these amazing, speaking of comedy, what was that experience like?
It was a who's who at that time. I mean, in his way, it's a product of its time, and the grunge movement was just happening and kind of had gone to Hollywood, and I'm from Seattle, so I can say that. And the idea that if it's too loud, you're too old, man, was just, it still played the house. Yeah.
It's such a fun movie. Yeah, if you've not seen Airheads, you gotta go see it. All right, we're gonna go basically back and forth, but there's only one person on this side, so if some of you would like to go to that side, we can even it out. Just people running, don't run it. It's okay, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. Time. Hello, what is your name?
How's it going, Brendan? I'm Tom. Nice to meet you. I want to say before I ask my question, I know things have been like up and down for you lately, but you're building yourself back up with things like Aronofsky, Scorsese, and so on. I want you to keep one thing in mind. Every person who is here, I don't know what the capacity of this room is, but they are here because they love, respect, and appreciate everything that you have done as an artist, as a person, so on and so forth. Maybe they brought their kids here to bring them up on the next generation, just like you inspired their parents. So when you leave this convention today, never forget the impact you have made on every single person here and at every other convention you have been to so far.
You're too kind.
Is there a limit to how kind I should be? Okay, my question is, I'm an artist, I'm a creative, I'm a screenwriter, but I deal with a lot of anxiety and depression and obsessive tendencies, just personal demons. What do you recommend for someone who deals with some of the same stuff that I do, like anxiety, and like in creative, or just in life in general?
Have courage. Have courage, because you can't have courage unless you have those challenges. You can't have one without the other. A hero's not a hero unless he's scared of something, unless he's got a problem somewhere. He has to rise to the occasion. And the only way to do that is to have courage. And that's what I was told when I was a young man, a young actor, and I asked similar questions. So hang in there, because it's possible. I'm living proof.
Thank you, Brandon. And as the wise man once said, time to go.
I think what you said is perfect, and it kind of gave me a revelation and a viewpoint on all the roles you played. I think the reason that you are this unique presence and leading man is because you're kind of an everyman, and we can connect with this guy who's thrown into a situation of fighting a mummy, but it feels in a weird way like it could be us. So I love that you said that. That's great. Thank you for your question, by the way. Let's go over here. Hi. Oh. We had to lower the mic for a tiny question.
Okay, my question is, you've played so many different diverse roles, like the action star, the normal guy, but even kind of some of the slower ones, like Extraordinary Measures. What is your favorite role to play?
I'm just glad to have a job, lady.
Perfect answer. Short and sweet. All right, we'll go over here. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Leslie.
Hi.
Hi, hey Brendan. So, Doom Patrol has become one of my top 3 favorite shows of all time. I came to it because of you, Matt Bomer, and Mark Shepard. I stayed because of the phenomenal writing and the perfection of a cast. I just love this show, even though it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Some of the things I can't believe y'all actually got to air.
We can't either. This is being videotaped. The interwebs. Work with me.
So anyway, I know why I stick with it and why I'm drawn to it. What drew you to it in the first place?
Because it's unusual, like nothing I've seen before. And yeah, I love straight-ahead action movies, hero stuff, and that's great. But Doom Patrol, they're fighting their own demons if they're not fighting each other. And they'll get around to saving the world later. That's stuff for Batman and Superman to deal with. They have issues, people.
They do, that's why I love
And their
it.
courage is that they contend with them too.
Oh,
And it includes everyone. It reaches out to its audience. For those of you who feel disenfranchised, disenchanted, that might be a home base for you. Check out Doom Patrol.
And I have to say, you cursing in the show is a joy I never knew I needed in my life. So thank you.
I'm not gonna say it, but I might write it on a picture if you come by the autograph booth.
All right, now we're going to the tiny question. Here we go. Hi, what's your name?
Sadie,
Hi, Sadie.
Hi, sweetie.
my question is, how long did it take for you to train to do all the fight scenes?
Just every time I did a movie,
Yeah.
well, you never really have that much time, so you have to be really careful that you don't hurt yourself before you start a movie that has stunts or fighting or dancing in it even, and you work with people who really know what they're doing so that you don't get hurt. Now, if you survive that, maybe you got a film career, kid.
I have a feeling Sadie was asking because that is what she wants to do. She wants to train to fight. Maybe. Nice. All right. We'll go over here. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, love your shows. Big fan, long time. You play a variety of characters, and I'm just curious, which character is closest to your own personality?
I'm gonna waffle here and say there's a little bit of everything in all of them. Because if you're not working from a place of authenticity, then you're kind of phoning it in. And there have been days, but in those instances, that's when you just act the part. Otherwise, I'd rather try and live it and make it personal. That way, if I believe it, then you will too. If I believe that there's a swarm of mummies when all I'm really looking at is just a yellow tennis ball on a sea of blue or green, if I believe it, the special effects guys will too, and then so will you. It's make-believe. Let's not get too sanctimonious about acting. and it helps to work from what you know.
Which we should point out, at the time, in 1989, you were one of the first actors that had to act against tennis balls like that. I mean, that was groundbreaking stuff you guys were doing at the time.
And that's left over from, I gotta say, back in the day of working in a conservatory program. I trained in Seattle, Washington, in a dark black box theater with students, and we were hungry and hopeful, and as long as whatever we were doing, that sort of inclusive environment, as long as we believed what we were doing, then we were growing and learning, and I think that helped to bring it into the world of film.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was very lucky.
Yeah. All right, we'll go back over here. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Heather. I'm the mom of Sadie.
Parenting done right.
Yes. No, I've loved you forever. I may have had your picture in my locker in high school.
Hey, that's weird. Me too.
I'm old.
Me too. But I love my husband.
I do.
My question
Where's your
is-
husband? Wait, where's your husband?
Right there. We got 4 kids. We're good. My question.
I got 3. Let's get together. We'll have a volleyball team.
Play there.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. What is a role that you auditioned for that you didn't get that you were kind of bummed about? Or is there a role that you wished you auditioned
Tell me
for?
about your failures, please. I want to know. Eviscerate yourself for my pleasure. That question?
Yes, I'm begging you.
I'm trying to think because I know I nailed it every time I went out. I didn't want that. Okay, fine. I'll give it. Just settle down. I remember really wanting to do Superman. At the time, I really did. Now I'm like, those guys are good. They got this stuff.
Well, you've done amazing in everything.
Thank you.
That you've done, so thank you.
You ended up in DC right where we needed you, in DC Comics. So everything doesn't work out, it works out for a reason. So we'll go back over here.
Hey, Jimmy, I came down from Oklahoma where you were last year filming Killers of the Flower Moon.
Thanks.
Wonder how you feel about being involved in a project with that much history and significance.
It opened my eyes. I wasn't aware of the story. It's a great book. Check it out if you want a good summer read. I'm gonna forgive me if I reserve comment until the film comes out because I have not seen it yet. And in deference to Mr. Scorsese, I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't know. But the subject matter, I am pleased to see that it's coming to light now. It's important.
You reminded me of something that reminded me of something from her question. The flip side of that, not a role that you lost out, but somebody who you beat out for many people for the role of the Mummy, quite deservedly. One of those people was Leonardo DiCaprio, your co-star. Your co-star.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. So there you go.
He's a really good. When I was first in LA, I went to a screening of this movie called Gilbert Grape, and he was at the screening, and I told this kid, "You're so good. Like, please keep doing what you're doing." I wanted to because like you're someone who gets it that early on, and he was really just he was 14 at 15 at the time, and I saw him last summer, and he said the nicest thing to me. He said, "I want you to know that he remembered that, and that I was one of the first people who didn't treat him like a kid, you know?" And I was like, I was? Oh, I meant to do that.
That's really special.
Anyway, it was good to see him again, and come see the movie. Bob's your uncle. Next!
Yeah. Next. Going over here. Hi.
He forgot his question.
Okay, so, hello Brandon. My name is Josh Mendez, and before I answer my question, I'll promise I'll keep this short. I just want to say thank you so much for making your appearance here. You made my day so much, and I just wanted to wish you a happy early Father's Day tomorrow, and for you to enjoy your family tomorrow. You inspire me so much, and you are one of my favorite childhood hero actors.
Thank you.
Okay, so my main question for you, sir, is during the production of George of the Jungle back in 1997, towards the end, when you're swinging to save Ursula at the end of the river, what was it really like during the production when you got hit by that giant tree?
Painful. And call me Brendan. Sir is my dad.
All right, Brandon. Okay.
Nice.
I totally respect that.
We'll get
Bye
back
for
over
now.
here. Hi. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
How's it going, Brendan?
Call me Sir.
All right, sir. My apologies. So my question is, would you be interested in doing The Mummy 4? And okay.
Well, he's got a follow-up because he's about to hand you a script for it.
Yeah, I got buddies who have written a script. Like, genuinely, I can get my people in touch with your people. If you want to, I can meet you at the autograph booth. I am dead serious. We keep Hollywood suits out of it. It's just normal people.
No one will know. It's just between you and me, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say two things. One, respect the hustle. Two, it has to be better than the Tom Cruise one. So.
Now I know how hard that movie is to make because I tried to do it 3 times. But
Successfully. All right, we'll go over here.
Hi, I'm Jessica. Firstly, I wanted to say thank you so much to the ASL interpreters for being here because it's finally good to have my family be able to participate and actually understand what's being said because my family's deaf. So, yes. Secondly, so how has your acting style changed and developed from your earlier movies to now, like Doom Patrol and...
comfortable shoes. Thank you.
Wait, this brings up a good question. What's the mummy in ASL? Oh, you just spelled, what's Encino Man in ASL? Just spell it, okay. All right.
Can we make one up? Just
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Encino Man.
Yeah. That's officially that's officially ASL now. It's
Saw it here first, folks.
All right, we'll go over here. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Luke Berryhill. I'm Isaac's brother, and I got only one question. Do you act in high school?
Did you act in high school?
I did really poorly though.
Because I like acting at my high school.
Good, you should. That's where you start. That's where you get the itch, you get the bug. I'm having fun with myself, but I want you to know that that's a really good start. It's a really good start. And the reason it is because you're going to be working with a group of people who you start seeing in a new way, and you become like a family, you become an ensemble, and you learn how to take care of each other by doing a play or a musical. You really do.
Okay.
And you experience the bittersweetness of the circus coming to town, and there's a show, and then it disbands and it moves on somewhere else. And you have to ask yourself, do I want to do this again? And you got to pay attention to that little voice that answers it. Maybe it's yes, maybe it's this is not for me. But you decide. You're the one who knows. Have fun with it. That's important too. Have fun with it.
Thank you. All right, we'll go over here. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Arturo, and I just want to ask, when are we going to get that Doom Patrol Titan crossover that we all want to see? The Doom Patrol and Titans crossover.
That's way above my pay grade. We're trying to get picked up for season 5, brother. Work with me. I got a mortgage.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Brandon. My name is Shannon. At some point, I must have sent you a fan letter because I had received an autographed 8x10 in the mail for you. But anyway, we've talked a lot about all of your comedy movies, and my all-time favorite movie is Skull Ties.
Thank you.
And I'd like to know what that movie meant to you.
It's a movie about wanting to belong and to see if you're accepted. Everyone has felt like, at some point in their life, you've had your nose pressed up against the glass, you want in, but you don't know if you're allowed. And you might compromise something about yourself that's fundamental so that you can be accepted. And those are the challenges in that film. That's what that character, David Green, had to work with. So, it was my first film I ever made, along with the whole cast. And look, we just wanted a piece of chicken. We didn't know what we were doing, okay? We were happy to be there and make a film that wrestled with thorny questions about acceptance in one another. And ask those questions in an honest and sincere, unflinching way. So thanks for mentioning that. I think it still holds up if you watch it today. There's a reason why it was set in the 50s, because it was in the 90s then, and you know, with 40 whatever years of distance, we can evaluate how far we have come, and maybe how far we have to go, and what we need to revisit. So I'm glad it's out there. Thanks for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hi, what's your name? Hi, Ben.
So, Brendan, obviously you are Cliff Steele, Robot Man on Doom Patrol, and I wanted to ask you, since you're wearing a suit that covers your entire face, are there any acting tricks that you use to emphasize certain emotions?
This is the part where I tell you that Doom Patrol has been the best day job for me that I've ever had, because the actor's called Riley Shanahan. Riley wears the suit. He does that heavy lifting. Riley is the man, and I will tell you that he and I learned quickly. We had something in common, albeit 20 years apart. We went to the same college. We had the same kind of training, namely physical comedy. Mask work, that's what it is. Superheroes are working in masks, and that doesn't mean that there's any special trick or anything. You should still be able to you still give the performance, although your face is covered up. An audience can tell the difference. He's got to work through a plastic mask. And if you believe that that was me there the whole time, you're flattering me. I'll tell you that.
You are very
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, what's your name?
My name is John. I have a question that's kind of a duplicate from the previous guy about Killers of the Flowery Moon. What character are you playing in the film, and can you talk a little bit about that character? Or is that...
I'm along with John Lithgow. I'm in a federal court scene and a few other ones too, where I am defending a monster.
Okay, yeah, because
not much to work with there.
For everyone who doesn't know, the story Killers of the Flower Moon is about the Osage Nation being basically destroyed financially by carpetbaggers and bad people. So I appreciate the answer. Thank you.
You got it. Yeah, thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Kara.
Hi, Kara.
So first off, I want to say that we really missed you last year.
I was never that far.
Well, my other half and I, we dressed up as the O'Connells. We were supposed to meet you, and because we couldn't, we adopted Benny at the Fan Expo last year. My question is more of a request. Can you yell at my Benny?
This is a family show, man.
He likes to be on the wrong side of the river.
Hey, Benny, you're on the wrong side of the river! You're welcome.
Just like to say on behalf of the entire audience.
Stay on the right side of the river.
Yes, thank you for that.
Everyone, stay on the right side of the river.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Michael Douglas. I just want to say I love you.
What? You can't just say that.
I just played golf with you, dude.
Yeah, love doing
and I don't golf.
Love doing it, man.
I just wanted to say I love you as the mummy. My question actually pertains to Looney Tunes Back in Action. You spoke about acting opposite of tennis balls with CGI and special effects. I was wondering what it was like knowing that you were acting opposite of the Looney Tunes and kind of how that experience made you feel.
Privileged. I'm a big fan. The Warner Brothers cartoons taught me a lot, apart from the other question about the high school stuff. I think everything you really need to know, you can find acting tips from in Looney Tunes cartoons. You can. Joke, setup, punchline. Everybody remembers the opera? That was so sad. I mean, it all worked. How did I feel doing Looney Tunes? Like I knew these guys already? I'm just gonna say it. Daffy Duck is a jerk. Seriously, it's all about Daffy. He's ripping pages out. Bugs, on the other hand, he's the Iceman. You know, we got really tight. Seriously. Like, what's Bugs like? No, seriously, he's actually really cool. Yeah.
Love Bugs.
Yeah, you should invite him and Leonardo next time you ask us to go golfing.
I'll remember that. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael Douglas. Go over here. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Skylar Hill. I just say it was a great time to. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Fraser.
You got this.
Thank you.
You're Captain America. You got this.
I'd really like to know, it's like a monthly requirement for me that I have to watch The Mummy Returns, basically. I just don't go out without it. I definitely want to say, I know you probably won't want to say much when it comes to the background movie going on. I just want to say for your character, Firefly, basically. How was it like just switching from like a semi-superhero to like a villain?
If I've done my job right and I haven't seen the movie yet, hopefully you'll be wondering who was that guy by the end of the story. But I'm going to tease you about Firefly. We don't know if he's a villain or not, but let's find out.
Thank you.
Intriguing. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Erin.
Hi, Erin.
Hello. So my dad and I bonded over the Mummy movies. I'm just wondering which one was your favorite to film?
The first one.
The first one?
Definitely the first one. Yeah. Because we thought we'd never work again after it. I remember Rachel going, oh no, they're going to confiscate our equity cards. Seriously. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, so, like I said, I'm just glad to have a job, lady.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Josh. I had a follow-up question to the mummy type thought about that. Which mummy did you like better? Imhotep or the Dragon Emperor? Fighting better.
God, they were formidable each. I really liked Jet Li. He was a really nice guy. That's the third one for maybe those who didn't see it because, you know, reasons. Just stay with me. When I first met Jet, I happened to be in a car. We were in Montreal, sorry, and he was in the car ahead of us. He was just coming from the airport, and we just happened to be at the light behind him. I was coming from a fitting or something like that, and so the driver called the other one and said, hey, can you pull over just to say a quick hello? And he did. So on the sidewalk, there's Jet Li in downtown Montreal. Gets out of the car and he's like, hi, how are you? You're so nice. And then I looked at him and he looked at me and he looked at my feet and then he looked at his feet and he was standing on the curb and I was in the street and he goes, we can see each other eye to eye now. and then we beat each other up a lot.
So in other words, Jet Li was the nicer mummy.
Arnold is a prankster. He's been circulating this rumor that's 20 years old that I wore pasties and makeup at a junket. He's been punking me for that long. I see you, Arnold. I see you, brother. We'll take this up later when all these people are going, you and me. We'll make a movie about it maybe, you know, we'll fight. Just an idea. There's a guy in the audience with a script.
There you go. And then you also had The Rock in really what was his first like film role, and who would have known that cheesy CGI Scorpion King would go on to become one of the biggest movie stars in the world. But that had to be fun to get to work with him that early on.
I'm gonna break your heart because this is the part where I tell you
movie magic.
Yeah, he and I first met on the red carpet at The Mummy Returns because he was an X on a piece of tape, on a stick, on a piece of wood behind me that Arnold and I both went, we're so scared of you.
You know what? Considering we've all seen that CGI, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
To be fair, I met the guys at the after party and they're like, hey, how are you? We did the CGI, and I went, hi. And they went, I know. We needed more time, okay? All we're saying, this was a rush job.
Well, people remember it for one reason or another. Thank you, Brendan. Thanks. Welcome. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Dean. Thank you for Doom Patrol. It's my all-time favorite comic, and I think the show did it perfectly. My question is, do you have a favorite episode of the show that was either the best to work on or the best came out that you liked to watch?
Sorry, I have a microphone, helps. I don't know if I can name them. I think I like the episode when everybody got to meet their alter ego, and they kind of got together in a sweat lodge.
Love that episode.
Had a conversation about what's really going on, and they got real, and they figured out, okay, you be you, I'll be me, let's go forward. But because this is Doom Patrol, that went right out the window. Stay tuned, folks. Hey, thanks for that. You be well. Hey, cool costume, by the way.
All right, I'm being told we have time for just a couple more, and there is one gentleman that I saw that I want to end on. So we're gonna get to you, but let's go over here. Yeah.
Just wondering to ask, given kind of the recent years, especially in regards to like lockdown, that made me feel like you could relate more to Adam from Blast from the Past, and would that change how you would present him now if you were to redo it?
I think we all felt like that, brother.
Yeah. That's a great point. Yeah.
Underground for 30 years with your parents.
Yeah. I will say during the lockdown, I never reached such a low point that I drank hot Dr. Pepper. I never did that.
Monster.
All right, very quick. We're gonna go to you, and then we're gonna come back over here for our last question. So take it away.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I want to say first that my mom is so jealous that I get to see you today. She has such a crush on you back in the month.
This is the mothers.
But also sometimes the mothers and the daughters have the crush.
Easy.
But yeah, since you had so many movies that like made my childhood, like George of the Jungle, Looney Tunes, now that you have your own kids, do they watch them?
Are you kidding? They've seen me in my underpants, and they're like, ah, he smells, where's the food?
And they're just like, no.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, I think it would be the coolest thing to have George of the Jungle as my dad, so.
That's nice. Thank you.
You know what?
I'm glad
He
you
is all our dads, all right? You are our dad. We're all
Hug the person to your left, to your right. COVID's over. Come on. We're all here. We made it. Thank you.
But yes, ask your question. What is your name?
I'm Tanner Jones.
Hi, Tanner.
First, I wanted to continue the hustle off of the script guy and say that I left a business card at your booth.
He wants to be your stunt double, clearly. Yeah.
Should you ever want to wear a costume to these or that next movie? But my question is, who would have wanted to fight, Rick or Indiana Jones?
Whoa!
I'm gonna go with Indy.
Really?
Yeah, because I know Harrison, and he'll be really annoyed if I don't say otherwise.
I never put together that Rick O'Connell and Indiana Jones were in a movie together.
Where have you been?
I even interviewed Harrison for that movie, and I never thought about that. That is so, man.
No, I win. Me! I am better at the movie than he is. Yeah.
Of course. I think we would love to see that. I think somebody's done that on YouTube where it was like it was Indiana Jones and Nathan Drake and your character all kind of together, and Laura Croft, I think. I'd love to see this. Write that script, someone. I'd love to see that movie.
A lot of crossover talk.
A lot of crossover.
I'm working on a photo shoot for that.
That's awesome. All right, well, come down front so everyone can check out appropriately these cosplays. Oh man, these are so good. I love the ball cap. Just come right up front, everyone can see. This is awesome. Give them a round of applause. These are so good. You ever see the Encino Man cosplays?
I saw one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like the sweater and the skating rink.
And it's the 30th anniversary. Yeah. And if you don't know, if you're big fans of Encino Man, you pop up in a few other 90s Pauly Shore hits, and you're always credited as Link, right? Is that true?
This is an in-joke. It worked once. You know? So I'm always eating a frog, too. Hey, nicely done, guys.
Yeah.
Well played.
Great.
Evie, don't change. Stay away from the ladders. We talked about this. Emotep, get out of here. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, give these guys a round of applause, and then keep that applause going for Mr.
Thanks, sir. Great job. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you.
Let's do something really fun. Let's do a big crowd selfie really quick, everybody. Go crazy behind us. Keep it going for Brendan Fraser!
Thanks, everyone.